Hey, what's going on, everybody? Rick and Nikki here.
Hello.
And this is the weekly roundup of theme park news, rumors, and opinions. How about this? Walt Disney World is going to start selling new annual passes again. Currently, the only annual pass available for purchase is the Florida resident only Pixie Dust Pass, which sells for I think $400 plus tax.
Right.
Only one right now. But new passes will soon be available for sale, starting when, Nikki?
April 20th.
Where'd you go? I didn't even did you study for that?
I think I'm the one that posted it on your Instagram. So I kind of paid attention.
That's right. Starting on April 20th, the Incredipass, the Sorcerer's Pass, and the Pirate Pass will be available for purchase online. Disney says the quantities will be limited and passes may become unavailable at any time.
Wow.
How about some pricing information?
Well, the Pirate Pass is $749 plus tax. The Sorcerer's Pass is $969 plus tax. And the Incredipass is $1,399 plus tax.
Ooh, that's the big one.
Yes, it sure
That's
is.
the one that has no blockout dates. The other ones do. Don't forget, though, if you're a pass holder of any of the passes, you still need to make a park reservation before going into the parks. It's pretty nice for those of you who don't have a pass to be able to buy one. Now, I've been renewing mine.
Right.
And you bought the Florida resident only one.
Yes, the weekday pass, the Florida resident weekday one. And I've had that for a while.
I wonder if they would do upgrades.
I know. In their press release information, it didn't really say from what I saw.
And I did look around a bit, like if you could upgrade yours to one of the other ones. I don't know.
Right.
Because you don't have weekends on yours.
Exactly. I mean, I wonder if you could do it in park or is it just online and by phone too?
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would guess they would not allow upgrades. They're only selling new annual passes. But we could be wrong. It's just a guess on my part.
Right. Well, we'll see April 20th.
You could call and ask if you wanted.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I probably will.
If you wanted to be able to go on the weekends, you would need a different pass.
Right.
Anyways, let's shift gears and talk about Universal for a moment. The current Lagoon Fountain show has closed, and we're waiting for its replacement.
Yes.
And we've talked about this during live streams, how we believe the Lagoon Fountain show will return. But the possibilities of when the new show comes, that maybe they will have drones. We've talked about that.
Yes, yeah. And there has been footage of drones being flown over the lagoon or over at least the parks.
And we've talked about in these live streams that when they open Epic Universe, maybe a drone show would be a part of Epic Universe as well. That's because Universal is kind of located more closer to residential areas than Disney.
Absolutely.
So they don't use a lot of fireworks in their nighttime shows. But I think maybe Universal Orlando is looking for more drones in their nighttime entertainment. Become the king of drones.
It'd be awesome. I mean, I think they do use it in other parks. And I've seen them, the ones over the castle are pretty amazing. So,
well, the reason I mention
excited.
this is because they are advertising for a new position. See if I can find, do I have that here, the actual name of the position? It's a project manager or associate project manager drones operations, I think it is. Oh, there it is right there. Associate project manager of drone operations. Yes. So that would lead us to believe.
Hey, if they need a project manager for drones, then a drone show's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, why else would you need one?
Yeah. So like I said, they may add it into that Lagoon Fountain show. But
pretty cool.
Maybe most definitely trying to get things going for Epic. It's a good way to kind of, if you can't do a lot of fireworks, to kind of spruce up the shows.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. It'd be pretty cool.
If you know about drones, you have one of those commercial drone licenses and all that. I think it's a 107. I can't remember the exact license they were asking for, but maybe you want to apply and be the drone manager.
It'd be fun.
Anyway, over at Epcot.
Okay.
The final touches are being put in place for the Moana attraction. The interactive walkthrough attraction will teach visitors about the water cycle.
Nice.
That is so epic.
It is.
Oh.
You mean Epcot. That is so Epcot.
Oops.
Freudian slip.
That may happen from time to time. Epcot and Epic.
Yes.
Only a couple
EPC.
different letters there. Anyway, to teach about the water cycle is so Epcot.
That's true.
I know a lot of people kind of complain about IPs coming into Epcot, but teaching people about the water cycle sounds like classic Epcot stuff to me.
Well, with the use of Moana, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. The concept art looked absolutely gorgeous, and the area, could use some fun little lively thing over there. So I like it. I'm excited.
The Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, is set to open later this year at Epcot. Not my type of attraction. I will most likely go through it once for a video to show you guys what it's all about. I'm more of a cosmic rewind kind of guy.
Yeah, you are. I'm excited to see it, though,
Yeah. But like I alluded to earlier, sounds very Epcotian.
To use a
Cosmic
Rewind reference. Epcotians?
Attention all racers, runners, joggers, and walkers out there. The 2024 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend is several months away, but those hoping to participate in the big racing event will be able to register soon.
Very cool.
The 2024 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend is scheduled for January 3rd through January 7th, but registration for it opens up 10 a.m. on April 11th.
Ooh, it's coming soon.
This is kind of a big deal.
It is.
I would advise anyone interested in doing the Disney Marathon Weekend to sign up as soon as possible.
Yeah, these are kind of bucket list races. If you're one of those kind of people that likes to, even just see, not behind the scenes, but, take it at your pace of running through the parks and things like that.
You don't have to go for a record. You can
exactly.
walk, jog it.
Exactly.
Just walk.
It's a cool experience for sure.
The race weekend is going to include a 5K, a 10K, the Walt Disney World Half Marathon, and the Walt Disney World Marathon.
Awesome.
I think the most I've ever ran is 10K.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of running far and long. I was a sprinter hurdler.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
No, I like for my races to last over a minute.
When I was walking during the pandemic and it was shut down, I'd walk on the West Orange Trail and I'd walk up to, a 10K almost every day. Yeah. So that was one of my favorite times was during that walking,
Well, Walt Disney, they give out very nice medals.
They sure do.
Yeah. Everyone gets a medal.
Yes. Prices rate, sorry.
Yeah, I'll go with the prices.
Okay.
Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, you do
so
it.
the prices for the races are $108 for the 5K, $151 for the 10K, and $219 for the half marathon, and $221 for the marathon.
By the way, all those prices are rounded up by 1 penny.
Gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I didn't have to say and 99 cents.
Run Disney has also revealed the theme of each of the races. Pluto will represent the 5K, Chip and Dale the 10K, Donald and Daisy Duck the half marathon, and your stars, Mickey and Minnie, will represent the true full marathon.
Honestly, I'd really like to see the pictures too of everybody all dressed up. I mean, it's not just running
right.
and walking.
They do dress up in little
like cosplay, type of deals.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Tutus.
Exactly. Just adorable.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So cute.
For more information, visit rundisney.com. We should ask Courtney about this. Courtney's up in, our daughter Courtney is up in Minneapops right now? She's running in the chocolate marathon or something.
Yeah, the chocolate 10K or 15K or something like that. So, it'd be fun just to get out there just to film her.
Yeah.
Get her experience.
We'll ask her about that.
Yeah, for sure.
We know Universal is building a new theme park. Mm-hmm. Epic Universe is set to open by the summer of 2025. I said by. I'm hoping for earlier. Yeah. By the summer of 2025. Not late summer of 2025. I think they have used the actual term, by the summer of 2025.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for some spring.
I'm very excited. I mean, honestly, when you look at all the current updated, pictures and stuff, it's crazy how fast it's going up. Once they've gone vertical, it's amazing.
But what about Disney World? Do you think they're going to build a new theme park here within the next decade? Let me tell you why we're saying,
Make you say,
Disney CEO Bob Iger on Monday announced the company's plan to invest $17 billion in Walt Disney World and create 13,000 jobs over the next 10 years. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of jobs. That is essentially another theme park.
But didn't they just lay off a bunch?
Well, I'll put this in perspective for you, Nikki.
Okay. All right. Let's hear this.
Epic Universe is expected to cost $1 billion.
Whew-wee.
They just said Disney's going to spend $17 billion in 10 years and create 14,000 jobs. That's how many jobs are going into Epic. And Disney just said they are going to create 13,000 jobs. Doesn't that sound like another theme park?
It does. Gosh, when you put it that way.
Seems like Bob Iger might be hinting about Disney building a fifth gate here in Orlando.
That'd be interesting. I have heard little rumblings about, expansion of other parks to, include new attractions and things like that at Disney. But I mean, when you put it kind of like that in a lump sum like that and you compare it to Epic.
Well, I'm sure that they mentioned $17 billion, so that can include adding other rides and attractions around Disney. Right. But if Universal is building Epic for $1 billion, I mean, there's $1 billion in that 17. They could do another theme park, or $2 billion. But 13,000 jobs, I mean, that is another theme park.
Now, is that across all of Disney, or is that just in Central Florida?
That is, what was this exact statement?
Walt Disney World.
Yeah, in Walt Disney World was what he said. Plans to invest $17 billion in Walt Disney World. That's Orlando.
Okay.
So, anywho,
Woo-wee.
I mean, I would dig another thing. I like
heck
theme parks,
yeah,
so,
man.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it when theme parks fight for our attention and money.
Yes.
And you never know. Maybe Disney's back there biding their time. Maybe going to try to steal some of Universal's thunder with Epic. Like maybe as soon as Epic opens, hey, guess what? We're building a fifth gate.
Well,
the
I guess
gamesmanship between the companies there.
You know who benefits?
We do.
The consumer.
Everybody, yeah.
Absolutely.
People who love theme parks.
Absolutely. Let's not talk about ticket prices, though. We'll not talk about how much ticket prices will be when all those parks open.
We'll see what happens once Epic opens.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Disney going to do a counterpunch.
I know, right? Crazy.
Now, here's something very, very interesting.
Yes.
Now, this is not totally new. You've kind of heard some of this stuff throughout the years, but most recently, according to a report from Bloomberg, HBO is close to a deal for a new Harry Potter TV series to take place over 7 seasons.
Now, when you first told me about this, because I hadn't seen that, little snippet, I was like, oh no, what are they going to do? But then when you think about it, you brought up some very interesting points about if it being a series, they could cover so much more than from the books than was in the movies. They could even pull from Pottermore and expand out even further. So I don't know.
To make each movie, they had to cut out a lot of stuff. And then you got to think about it. One season, usually that's going to be between 8 to 12 episodes. Mm-hmm. And each episode could be an hour. So each season could have up to 8 to 12 hours of content versus the movies being for the first book, about 3 hours.
Okay.
So you can have 12 hours of content related to each book versus 3.
I don't know. Me as a huge Harry Potter fan would be kind of stoked. I mean, really, as long as they play to their audience, play to your fan base, right? Mm-hmm. I think that it could be successful.
Well, it would keep Harry Potter in pop culture.
It sure would.
So the theme parks continue to stay relevant with their Harry Potter sections.
Yeah.
So, it's not a given, but this is something I really think will eventually happen. And speaking of being relevant in theme park terms, and speaking of Epic as well, coming into Epic is the Super Nintendo World.
Oh, awesome.
And we just got back from watching the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
See what I did there? So great. Really, again, playing to their fan base, playing to their audience, pulling from different games, in terms of like using Rainbow Road.
Make the people who care about your intellectual property happy.
For sure. And it did. I was smiling. Like the whole time I was like, my cheeks hurt when I left because I was like smiling so much. It was, the graphics were incredible. It really hit with like the music and with not just the music from the games, but, like music from the time where it was really, when Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers was really popular.
It was a super fun movie. It was
great. It was a lot of fun.
It's been a long time since we've gone to the movie theater just to have a popcorn movie and a fun time.
Yeah, and and you would think, oh, it's a kid movie, and we in fact brought our 25-year-old daughter.
We brought our kid.
Yes,
She's
and
25.
And you can tell like it expands past, like our generation to hers to, so it was. It makes me just even more excited, to be a part of Epic and things like that.
Well, maybe someone who is not familiar. I don't know how you cannot be familiar with Super Mario's. They've been around for 40 years or longer. Right. So maybe someone who's not familiar with the source material wouldn't get it.
Right.
But they weren't going for that. They were going for, we're going to make all our fans happy. Here, have a good time watching Mario and Luigi and stuff.
Oh, but it was
Donkey
great.
Kong.
It was great. Oh, I loved every bit of it.
Let me ask you this. Did you going into the movie, did you know who the voice actors were?
No.
You didn't? Really? You didn't know you didn't know who Mario was or anything?
No, I didn't want to ruin it per se. Okay. But so I was like, as soon as they started talking, I'm like, oh, okay, I know who that is, and I know who that is.
Okay.
And as soon as someone started singing, because I don't want to give it away, if someone does, I don't want to ruin it for anybody else. But as soon I was like, I know who that character is.
Well, I'm trying to get into something here. That's why I asked you.
Okay, perfect.
Because you did lean over to me like, who's the voices?
Yeah.
And I thought you were asking about like everyone except Mario, because Mario was pretty well known to be Chris Pratt.
Right. No, I guess I had forgotten or not, because I kind of did know that once you told me. I was like, oh, that's right.
Because there was a little, when they first released his voice earlier on, there was some backlash. Oh, that just sounds like Chris Pratt. Doesn't sound like Mario.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
It didn't what? It didn't sound like Mario?
No, it didn't sound like Chris Pratt.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I was like, who is it? Yeah. And like I couldn't think of who it was. So, Chris Pratt actually did like a really great job.
Well, I think a lot of that was done in post.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the technical guys kind of were in charge of that. So I kind of think when the first voice of him came out and people were like, well, it just sounds like Chris Pratt, I think maybe they did some tweaking. So I just wanted to get your take on it, if you noticed who it was.
No, honestly, I didn't. And that's why I was like, who was supposed to be voice acting?
I thought he did fine
Mario?
too. I did not, unless I was sitting there listening, trying to hear Chris Pratt, I did not notice it being Chris Pratt.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I did figure out like who
Donkey Kong?
No, I didn't know who Donkey Kong was.
You don't know?
No.
To me, that was the one that I could tell who it was after he laughed.
Okay.
The laugh was totally Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
that goofy laugh he has.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
that's true. Caitlin had to tell me who he was, and is it Bowser?
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
That was Jack Black. As soon as he started singing, I was like, dude, that totally sounds like Jack Black. Didn't get it when he was talking, but as soon as he started into that whole, singing montage, I was like, oh, that's who that is.
Well, to me,
we just gave it away. So, we just talked about all the
there's been some talk about this. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
Gotcha.
Mainly with the Chris Pratt Mario thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know who it was, really, to tell you the quite honest.
Yeah, and to me, the only thing that really took me out where I I knew who that is, was when Donkey Kong laughed, because it was so obvious to me, the Seth Rogen laugh.
Gotcha, yeah.
So anyway, it's a great movie.
It is.
Thumbs up. If you love Mario and Nintendo and all that stuff, It's a super fun time. You will get a kick out of so many Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Now, I did try to spy a few, but I know there's so many. I didn't want to just like focus on trying to find Easter eggs my first viewing.
Right.
But I did catch some. They were pretty cool.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm starting my Etsy back up again, and I have like a bunch of
Yeah, a bunch of what? Plump plumbers and tall plumbers?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch it, kiddo.
I got some plumbers in my Etsy coming.
Watch your words there. plump plumbers.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's talk about, in case you missed it.
In case you missed it.
Here's something that happened on the channel last week. We posted a road trip video last week.
We did one of our favorite places.
Went to a place very near and dear to my heart in my hometown of Apopka, Florida.
That's right.
I did graduate from Apopka High School. Go Daughters. It's just down the road. You know, the place we went is just down the road from my old high school. One of the most beautiful spots in Florida for fun in the water. I will leave a link to that video in the description box. I know some of you are big fans of the road trips. I don't want you to miss one. So go there, click that link, find something cool to do in the area besides the theme parks.
Right. It's an easy drive from the theme parks to get to it. You know?
I actually have multiple videos on these places. I'll just put all of them.
Yeah.
So the top one will be like the most recent, and then I'll put the other ones.
Exactly.
Well, Nikki was on spring break, so she wanted to go do something.
Yeah, I wanted to get on my board.
Loved. Yeah.
I needed to stick my feet in the spring water.
Let's move on, post-haste Nikki,
Okay.
to some questions and answers.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm just grabbing these from the video. So, like the video you're watching here today, if you have a question for me or Nikki, just type it in the comment box.
Perfect.
That's where I got these from
All right.
last week's video.
Gotcha. Okay, so the first one is from Joseph Cordova regarding HHN. Universal seems to spend a lot of time and money building the houses starting in February or March each year. Universal Studios has a lot of unused sound stages in areas by the old Nickelodeon studios. Why haven't they made a more permanent setup?
Universal is opening a permanent year-round Halloween Horror Nights house or haunted house in Vegas.
Right.
I don't care for one in Orlando, year-round. We've got HHN. It lasts a couple of months, usually pretty much all of September, all of October. 2 months is enough. I think it's a very special event. Our favorite event. I think having a year-round house will just take away from that being so special. I have no interest whatsoever in a year-round HHN house or Halloween house in Orlando.
Okay, so I have two things I can bring up. So one of our first dates was going through a haunted house.
Yeah. There was the one downtown. That
Downtown, exactly. I don't know if it was Halloween time that it was set up or if that was up year round.
It was up year round. So I think we probably went, if I remember correctly, kind of near Halloween.
Right. But it was up year round.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I kind of lean more towards what you say. And here's my reasoning is that when I first go through like the first set of haunted houses and the very first night or two that I'm there, it is the scariest for me. They get me every time. It's a blast. As the, season wears on and the more times I go, the less scared I get. And I mean, while I do enjoy going through the houses and seeing all the details, I don't necessarily get as scared.
Well, you get accustomed and you know where the jump scares are going to come from. You get used to it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I would say to that, but so leaning more towards what you said, I think that, I kind of look forward to the season and if having one around all the time, maybe watered it down where maybe it took away from,
It would for us pass holders and the guests who get to visit multiple times during the year. I suppose if you're a family who only gets to visit in May, then you would enjoy that haunted house. But
or if you are a massive HHN fan, then you would probably want, 1 year round for sure.
So I can see the benefits that way.
Yeah. I can see both sides.
For those once a year visitors, but people like us who are there all the time, would not be interested in that.
Right. Okay.
I don't think they're really going to, I wouldn't, I don't want to say they wouldn't do it, but I don't think Universal would.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So number 2 is from Megan Saylor.
Saylor, yes. Megan Saylor. looks like.
Sailor. Okay. Hi, Rick and Nikki. My question is regarding the Hogwarts Castle Dark Arts Light Show. We are planning to visit Universal Orlando September 15th through 20th, and we're planning on doing HHN at least one night during our trip, but I was wondering if the Dark Arts Light Show and the Dementor Show will be happening in Islands of Adventure at that time, or is that usually not until October? Thanks so much.
As I recall, it tends to be mainly in October. It is not officially part of Universal's Halloween celebration like HHN.
That's true.
It's not officially part of HHN, which is going to start on September 1st this year.
Gotcha.
And I think it's more of a seasonal thing, mainly contained in October. You can let me know in the comment section below if I'm wrong, but I kind of feel that's how it is.
Right.
So.
Which is kind of, I mean, it's a bummer. I wish it would kind of kind of go in tandem with it.
If they would match it up with the dates of HHN.
Yeah. I think it'd be kind of cool just because it's such an awesome experience, to have the Dementors out and interacting with the crowd and, that particular, show.
I'm trying to recall last year, and it seems to me
I feel like you're right.
It did not start when HHN started. It did start after HHN.
It did, for sure. You're
but
right.
maybe by September 20th, maybe you're getting close to the time frame they would do it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Fingers crossed for you.
Question number 3.
It's from Ethan. Do you think the Incredible Hulk roller coaster will be refreshed before opening of Epic? I hear a growing number of complaints of it being too rough now, especially when compared to Velocicoaster.
I don't think so. It just went through a major refurb, what was it, 6 or 7 years ago?
Right.
Where it was torn down completely.
Right.
And rebuilt. So they would not do a big refresh. They might could do something like along the lines of a week refresh.
Well, yeah, maybe the cartwheels or something. I don't know.
Not a big refresh. As far as it being too rough, it is a bit whippy in the back. We used to be really fans of the back row, but any roller coaster is going to be more whippy in the back. So if you're wanting a smoother ride, I would say probably the middle.
Yeah, honestly, the middle of it seems like a roller coaster just seems a lot smoother than
the first half.
Yeah, than the first row or back row. I do know what you mean though, because it does.
Oh yeah, because they have.
I mean, my ears kind of get boxed.
The seats and everything come up way up to your head, and you kind of get.
Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah, get some sore ears getting banged around.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because I'm shorter than you, so I mean, it definitely the pullover bar hits my ears.
So if you're looking for a more smoother ride on the Hulk.
Kind of hit that middle
the first
section.
half of the ride.
Yeah, for sure. All right, number 4 is from CJ. Let's see. We are going to Animal Kingdom May 1st. Park closes at 7 and sunset isn't until 8.
Right.
I assume there will be no Tree of Life show. Also, any tips for being able to see Pandora at night? I've been told to get in line for Flight of Passage close to closing time. And by the time we get out, we'll probably see Pandora at night. I'm just afraid of getting there too late. What time would you suggest we get there? Thank you.
Okay, May 1st, you assume correctly, there would not be a Tree of Life show at closing. It would be too light at 7.
Right, exactly, because, I mean, as soon as the sun sets, that's pretty much when it starts and it goes on a loop.
Yeah, the Tree of Life show happens like in the fall and winter when it gets dark earlier.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, May 1st, you're not going to catch that Tree of Life show.
Kind of a bummer.
As far as Pandora at night, again, it's going to say light until, 8 or 8:30.
Yeah, here in Florida.
Summertime, it'd definitely be 8:30. But you could get in line for the Flight of Passage. If a park closes at 7, get in line at 6:59. Mm-hmm. And you get out, it still won't be dark. I don't think. I mean,
but you'll still appreciate. You still can get the vibe of it. I mean, as soon as the sun isn't directly on it, it starts to glow. I think it's really smart.
If you got in line at 6:59, and let's just say the wait was 90 minutes, that puts it around getting out around 8:30. It would be getting darker. So that's your best bet is get in line for Flight of Passage at 6:59.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then when you get out, kind of dark.
Yeah, you'll see it. I mean, like I said, as long as the sun is not directly on it, it definitely glows for sure. Around sunset.
Yeah.
So
next up, number 5, Nikki.
All right, is from Camilla. Mm-hmm. If you were to purchase an annual pass now, let's see. Oh, sorry. If I were to purchase an annual pass now, then I am sure that it won't activate until October. Hold on. Can we try that again?
I'll do that way.
Okay.
This is from Camilla.
I'm sorry, Camilla. I'm struggling with that sentence for some reason.
Camilla says, if I were to purchase an annual pass now, I'm showing off, Nikki.
Okay.
It's because I heard it from you a couple of times. So
Okay.
I'm really not this good.
I can't read for some reason. I don't know.
Anyway, okay, back to Camilla.
Okay.
We digress too much.
Yes.
If I were to purchase an annual pass now, then I'm sure that it won't activate until I go in October, ? That is correct. The activation date is not the date you purchase. The activation date when your clock starts, as far as your annual usage of it, is when you first scan into the park. So if you buy an annual pass right now,
is that universal?
In April, I would assume it's okay. This is a universal question. 99% of the questions are. So if you purchase one now in April, your 1 year clock would not start until you scan in for that first time in October.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now you back on track?
Yeah.
Back on track
I think
here
it
for
threw me
this one?
off because it was more of a statement.
Yeah.
But I see the question in it, so it kind of threw me off. So
Yeah,
sorry,
hold on.
Camilla. I apologize.
I don't want to have to use. Hold on. I don't want to have to use this sound effect on you. Oh boy.
He's having fun
I
with
should
sound
have.
effects.
Oh man, did we have the HHN question already?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to use this. Scary sound effect.
I like that.
I'm just
Aw.
getting used to using my little sound effects here for the podcast.
Do I need to make you labels?
I do have labels right there.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't hardly read them.
Do I need to make you bigger labels?
Question number 6.
All right. It's from Alicia.
You know what? Let's give Alicia a round of applause for the question. I'm just trying to play with my buttons here.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Alicia, which is easier, a crossbody bag or the backpack?
That's a question for you, Nikki.
Okay. So
And I don't know what she means by easier to carry around during the day, easier to get into a locker.
Right.
So kind of speak to those points for
okay.
us, please.
So if the crossbody can adapt and go around your waist, then it's definitely easier for those rides that, that you can use it for, say like Hagrid's, right? Because if it's around your waist and it's a 3-prong, you don't have to have.
I think they're
No, but no, a crossbody right now
is like a purse.
A crossbody bag currently is more of like it's kind of like a fanny pack but it goes across your body now. I mean, I think that's what she's talking about. I don't think she's talking about like a crossbody purse.
Okay.
All right.
We're a little confused, Alicia. We're going to
okay.
do our best here.
Okay. The backpacks, as long as it's like the size of a lounge fly, it can fit in the lockers, but you have to smush it. So make sure that it's a backpack that you don't mind kind of smushing.
Let me ask you this then. Okay, as far as walking around the theme park,
okay,
what's better? What's more comfortable for you wearing, the backpack or like because you have a SpongeBob backpack and you also bought a SpongeBob crossbody
purse?
That's what I'm calling it, purse. Mm-hmm. Which is easier for you?
The backpack, just because it carries more.
Okay.
But
as far as doesn't bother you or.
No, but those crossbody bags are like huge now. Okay. Like if you look, I don't know, you don't pay attention, but like, cause the like fashion and stuff, but like even guys are wearing these like crossbody ones too. And so we're like,
a fashion icon
in your yellow shirt all the time.
Oh, look, this one is, it's
your Rix
Flix element.
Yep.
It's a universal element.
That's right. So if that's what you're referring to is that crossbody bag, that's kind of like almost like a fanny pack or, like a bum bag, but it goes across your body, no, because that's a thing now. It is. You don't know what I'm talking about. No. Anyway, a lot of people are wearing those. So I kind of lean towards that if you want to go light and easy. There you go. If you want to carry more stuff, bring a backpack.
The crossbody purse fits better in the locker, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
And the crossbody bag.
Wow. You know how I think we did on
Don't
this question?
use the sound effects.
Hold on. This is how we did. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Alicia. Anyway.
Just go on to the next.
Well,
the next and last question from Mackenzie.
Okay, but you numbered it 7 and 8.
Well, I copy and pasted and the paste thought that it was a second line.
Okay. All right, so this is from Mackenzie McGee.
You're criticizing my pasting skills and my fashion.
I hear rumors that there is a Dole Whip machine somewhere in Universal. Is that true? If so, where is it? Thanks. Love you guys.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
There is like Schwab's. You can get the Dole Whip pineapple treat. I don't know if they can use the term Dole Whip. The whip. I don't know if they can use the whip. Okay. But there's the Dole pineapple treat in Schwab's.
Yes.
Hollywood Boulevard in Studios. And then at Wimpy's Islands of Adventure, they have a Dole Whip as well.
Yes.
I've shown that in videos. Now they don't do the float version at either place. Okay. Disney's more famous with the Dole Whip and kind of doing the floats. Universal does not do the floats, but you can get the Dole Whip pineapple treat. Yes. Because those are gluten free.
Yes, they are.
Vegan, gluten free, dairy free, right?
For sure. Okay.
But there you go. So Wimpy's, get a Dole Whip. And Schwab's, get a Dole Whip. No float. I make my own float though. I do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Can I share that secret?
Sure, go ahead.
When I go to Wimpy's, because Wimpy's has like the swirl where you get the pineapple and you can get like with ice cream. I buy an orange juice and I make my own float. So it's a pineapple, vanilla, orange float.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. Well, all right then. That's all the questions for this week. Like I said, if you want to submit a question, just type it up in the comment section below in this video.
Yeah, and I'll try not to mess it up when reading.
Yeah, but if
Camilla.
you do, I have sound effects here I can use.
Oh, let's not do that. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening and watching, guys, and don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun.
See you next time. Hold
on a second. His name is Rick, her name is Nikki, showing how theme parks are done. Don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. Hit subscribe.